Hello, good day, and welcome to our presentation for today. I'm the group leader for Einstein Lab Group 39, and we'll be showing you how to get the Combus Law process. On the next vid, I'll show you my group members and their roles in this video. For the diagram and the table will be presented by Miss Julian De Los Santos. For the procedure part, Josh Formaza will be responsible on how to follow and get the columns law process. Mr. Kyle Tambis will be the responsible for the discussion. For the observation law, Miss Julian Del Santos will also show it to us on the video. For the analysis part, Mr. Rafael Dava will be responsible for this role. For the conclusion part, Mr. Mikael Fantelana will also explain their parts. And also, Mr. Andre Rilano will be also showing his conclusion on the video. For the validator part, Miss Ayame Lynn Diestro will tell us if our process is correct or wrong in the video. Now, after that introduction of my group members, now I will show you their videos and their roles on how they got the process using the columns law. Now, I will be showing you the diagram for the columns law.
Good day, sir. I am Josper Mazan. I was assigned to do the procedure in our group. So before we proceed to the FET simulator application, I would like first to share my screen to you. So the first thing that the first thing that group should do is to open their Canvas account and look for physics in your courses and look for modules. And then open the modules and click for the laboratory template and the link given to open the FET simulator. Next, wait. Next is wait for the application to be opened and to be fully loaded. Once the application has finally fully loaded, click for the macro scale and you will see the two figures on your screen. So in each table, there are different procedures. In table number 1, the distance between the charges is held constant. The first thing that the group should do is to discuss if what distance will they be using. After the group has decided, move the two figures, which are the red and blue circles, to their designated distance that the group has decided. In measuring its force, only charges are being moved by sliding the buttons on your screen. Note, the charges should be in an increasing manner from trials 1 to 5. So for example, yeah. Lastly, record the data gathered. For table number 2, the amounts of the charges are held constant. The first thing that the group should also do is to discuss if what charges will they be using. After the group has decided, move the two buttons, the charges 1 and 2, under designated charge that the group has decided. Example, -2 and 3, +3, and then move the distance. In measuring its force, only the distance is being moved by sliding the two figures on your screen. Note, the charges should be in increasing manner from trials 1 to 5. And lastly, record the data gathered. And that's all. Thank you.
I'm Julian de los Santos, and I'm gonna explain how we arrived in our data in our first and second table. So the first table shows that if the set of values of charges per trial is increasing, the distance between the charges in meter are constant and the force between the charges, which is in Newton, increases per trial. And for our second table, it indicates if the given set of values of charges are constant, then the distance between the charges in meter and the forces between the charges in Newton are inversely proportional. If the distance between the charges increases, the forces between the charges decreases.
I'm Rafael Dava and I am in charge of the analysis of a recent seat work. Our analysis is the differences seen between the tables is how significant the variation between the resulting forces are. In the latter table, with the same value of charges throughout the 5 trials, the value of the forces is seen to be in increasing order, proving that the more the two objects distance each other, the attracting forces increase. The difference this shows between the former table is that the former has constant distance throughout the trials, so the resulting forces vary in any particular order. But the charge sets the difference. The nearer the value of charges are between each other, the stronger the value of forces are, whether they repel or attract. This concludes my analysis. Thank you.
I'm Andre Rilano and I was assigned to do the task in conclusions. The main objective of this laboratory experiment is to verify the principle that governs the Coulomb's law of electrostatics. And by conducting this experiment, we can state that the electric force for charges at rest has the following properties. Like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract. Thus, two negative charges repels one another, while a positive charge attracts a negative charge. The attraction or repulsion acts along the line between the two charges. Now here is Mr. Fantilanan to continue discussing our conclusion.
We also state that if the set of values of charges per trial increase, the distance between the charges in meter are constant, and the force between the Newton also increase. And if the given set values of charges are constant, then the distance between the charge in meter and the force between the charge in Newton are inversely proportional. If the distance between the charges increase, the force between the charges decrease. And in order to get a correct set of values, we should move the marker to 0 to avoid errors.
The first table has an increasing set of values, while the second table has constant values. Through this experiment, we were able to compare the two tables and know the relationship between the distance between the charges and the forces between the charges.
Good day, everyone. I am Emily Chester and I am the validator of this group. I am responsible in checking and analyzing their answers as well as the gather data in our tables. I evaluate and assess their answers, and if I find something incorrect, I rectify it. I provide constructive feedbacks that will help them to correct their answers. In this video presentation, before we divided our parts, I finalized our answers first. I believe my role is significant because I am the one who ensures that our gathered data, procedures, analysis, discussions, observations, and conclusions are clean, correct, and reliable. Thank you.
And that's all for our presentation for today. Hope you guys like the video. And I hope you guys have learned something from our research and group works. Thank you.